Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're watching this, I am asleep right now. Yes, it's a weekday again, which means I have to sleep like at 8. I need to get in bed at like 8:30. It's so early and so annoying. But yeah, and at time of filming, it is 7:45. So yeah, I'm going to say in 45 minutes, but I'm going to schedule this to go out at 9 or 9:30. I haven't decided yet because so far with the timing messages, I haven't really read them, which is kind of like, I kind of skipped the point on asking the question because I asked it for feedback, and look at me now. Oh, whatever. I'll check it later. It's really weird because right now my friends and family, more of them are starting to find out about this channel. Like these two old friends I had. For some reason, they love to search up my name on YouTube and start watching my old videos, and they've done it again, and this channel is obviously quite new and they haven't seen it yet, and so they're going through my videos, which is kind of embarrassing. And yeah, I have these friends at school who are also doing it. And yeah, what's with people for but the friends at my new school, I told them that I was doing YouTube and stuff. The other ones, they just searched it up and find it. And then also like family members as well, like my uncle, who's now my manager. He wanted to be, because he looked at the statistics and he looked at that most of you are in America, and he's like, that's where the money comes from. And he's like, I'll be your manager, blah blah, and we can start making money off this. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to, but it was funny anyway. So yeah, let's just get started. Oh, also, this is a 100th video special because MARICHAT does the best, and it's 100 videos. Thought I'd do it anyway. Anyway, let's get started. Ashes, a Miraculous Ladybug MARICHAT fanfiction as my 100th video special. Ashes. It was late. Marinette was asleep finally. Adrian had rejected her earlier that week, and she had been really depressed. She hadn't been sleeping well. Her parents were also asleep. Meanwhile, a certain cat was patrolling the city. He had rejected Marinette and felt horrible, not because of her disappointment, although that hurt too. It was because he wanted to accept. He felt like he was betraying Ladybug, but then Ladybug always made it clear she did not like him. So now he was in a dilemma. The more he thought about it, the more he thought about his crush on Ladybug being it felt like he was just doing it out of habit. The flirting, the puns, the nicknames. It felt like he accidentally got over her. Now all he could think about was Marinette, the mistake he made by rejecting her. Ugh. He was patrolling to get his mind off of it. Maybe bump into Ladybug and talk to her about it. Marinette stayed asleep as a fire started in the bakery. The smoke filled her lungs, and she went from sleeping to unconscious. More like she fainted than she went to bed. The Kwamis tried to wake her up desperately, calling her name again and again. Nothing. So they did something extremely dangerous. It would save her body, but she would go into a week-long coma and need to transform more. She would also be binded to the box of miracles. She would become the miracle box. There was no other choice, so they performed the spell, and Tiki may have put some luck on Marinette to be found. So Shad patrolled, and his enhanced senses heard and smelled the fire. He called the firefighters and turned on his location for them to follow. His dread grew as he got closer to Marinette's home, and he froze for a second as he saw her house in flames. He quickly snapped out of it. His one goal was to save the girl he now loves. He rushed in her room and tried to shake her awake. He heard sirens. He jumped up and laid her on the ground, then went into her parents' room. Then went for her parents. He laid all three 100 meters from the house. He went back to the designer's side, slowly picking her head off the ground. He let out a few tears as he called her name. She just wouldn't wake up. Sure, he cared about Tom and Sabine. They were like a second family. But this was Marinette in his hands, and her breathing was getting too shallow for him not to panic. The emergency workers got there and got them into an ambulance. They fought it. They found it a little off the insistence Kat had on staying with the youngest family member. He was the hero of Paris, but still, they let him join them. Like they thought before, he was the hero of Paris. Her parents passed away on the way to the hospital in a separate ambulance. They died because of lung damage too severe for even an oxygen mask. Chad heard on the walkie-talkie. He was very disappointed, but his main focus was Marinette. She had a low heartbeat, but at least it was a beat. He walked into the room and stood in the corner, waiting for the doctor to finish. "Update," he said in a low tone. "Oh, Chat Noir," the doctor said. He was confused. She appears to be in a sort of coma. It's a good thing, though. Her body can focus more energy into healing. She should be fine when she wakes up, but we don't know when that will be." He looked down. "Due to her parents being unavailable, I want you to keep me updated," Dad said. The doctor nodded and left. So Adrian sat on the couch and fell asleep, too worried for his princess to actually go home. The next day's photos and videos circled the internet. Videos of a famous bakery burning down and Chat Noir saving 3 people. And photos of him crying while holding the youngest girl tightly. Many people recognized the girl. She had made dents in so many lives as Marinette. Whether she be a classmate or a random person smiling as she walked or ran down the streets every morning. Sometimes she saw someone upset and would sit and listen, just so they don't get akumatized. Sometimes she would trip over air and end up doing an impressive flip to save it. She was so social. Sometimes when she trained at gyms, she would challenge people and ended up having an honorary family member. The bakers, her parents, were similar, making conversations when people bought something, smiling and preparing plates. Safe to say that people were sad about the news and curious on the black cat's reaction. And that is where we're going to end everything today. I hope you enjoyed this MARICHAT story, but there will be another part. I just want to say thank you for coming through 100 videos. I believe I've done 100 already. I was taking a pretty long break in the middle during December, but yeah, that was just because like these are actually quite hard to film. Like I was talking to some of the friends who were watching the videos, who found them, and they were talking about, and they asked how long does it take to make a video. And I'm gonna be honest here, the very short ones, the 500 word one, 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs, not very long ones. The shortest ones that I do, those take like an hour to write, edit, voiceover, all of that. It takes like an hour. Now the really long ones, they take an hour and a half, like to 2 hours even. So this does take a decent chunk of time. This one that I've just written is 800 words, and I'd say I worked on it for about an hour-ish. I took a break in the middle to have dinner, but it does take a decent chunk of time, and that's why I took a break, because a break. You want a break every once in a while. But here I am doing daily again. I don't think I'll do twice a day videos anymore, because it was a weekend and I was spending 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day doing fan fiction. And as much as I love doing it and I do it for entertainment and super fun and I don't make money off it, and I just do it for your guys' entertainment and mine, it still felt a lot like work and stuff, if that makes sense. But anyways, I'll stop complaining now because I do love this and I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea and say that I'm forcing myself to do it, because I'm definitely not. I definitely love doing it. And if I wanted to stop, I'd take another break. But I don't think I'll do that anytime soon, because I'm enjoying getting back into routine. Anyways, let's see this picture. Last year in the different school before COVID and stuff, felt like so long ago. So more than a year ago now, we were tasked in design to make a stand for a car for International Day. And then, little tiny cardboard cars that would on it. And this is the stand that I made with 2 other people. It was a super long process. We went through the actual whole design cycle, and like, you know, like criterion A, B, C, D, and like, you know, criterion A has 4 parts. They each have 4 parts. Like criterion A, for example, the first one is the design problem, and then you do the research, and then you do analyzing existing products, and then you do the design brief, and then criterion B is like you do specifications, and then you do the 3 simple sketches, and then you pick a sketch and add more to that, and then you do a final sketch, and then in criterion C I forgot, if I'm honest. But yeah, it was a lot of work, and it took like half a year, half of the school year, so like 5 months. But it was super fun. At first we were doing it on our own. We just had one country, we were doing it on our own. And then in the end, because they didn't want to use too many materials, they put us into a group of 3. So this is our stand. It has Pakistan, Lebanon, and Spain. Lebanon and Spain, where the other 2 people were from. I'm from Pakistan. And so, yeah, the way it worked is you can see the bottom place, which is wood. The sizes and the shape and everything was made by one person. He gave us sizes and stuff, and he told us how big it was going to be, and he, you know, was in charge of that. The second person did the logo, and she did a great job. Obviously, you can see it having monuments or things that represent something in the country. And then I did the flags, the green mountains, and the people, because mountains can be found in Pakistan. I forgot about the other 2. The flags, obviously, and like people to show unity and stuff. And so that was a fun project. Yeah, that's it for the picture. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for sticking with me for 100 videos. Thank you for more than 400 subscribers. It means a lot. Thank you for coming back to the channel, even though I had a long break. And I hope you have a great day. Night night, or good morning. Good night, good morning. Bye.